weekend, and
Oh, it's all good. Hey, this is gonna be a short. It's completely dead. There's like nothing really to talk about. And I have something that I recorded with Paris a couple of days
yeah,
ago.
no, I funny
This
funny
short.
enough, I actually saw it last night. Me and the wife were like on YouTube. It was like, wait, there's Danny in Paris. Wait, they've got lavalier mics. What is this professional setup here?
Yeah, I mean, I bought that. You know, it's funny. I bought that back in May, and I didn't use it at Summer Game Fest. I'm like, yo, I gotta learn this shit. So I didn't. I didn't use it.
Again, bro, you're gonna have to blank so much stuff that the fact you ain't seen that trailer. Like, I just opened up Twitter and like, bam, right in my face. Spoiler.
Oh no, I'm not. I'm saying.
Have you seen it?
Why did I mute it?
I've been watching F1. I've been watching F1 for the last hour and a half,
Mute it.
so I haven't seen anything.
The final Deadpool trailer has a huge cameo reveal at the end.
Hey.
I'm just telling y'all now.
Bro, just mute. You gotta mute, man. I don't know why you don't mute.
Especially as much as you guys are
Who
on
you mean?
Twitter.
Who mute?
You gotta
Wait,
mute
too
words.
late. I watched it already. What the fuck
I'm
am
talking
I
about
muting?
like the thing is, Pete. Here's the thing, Pete. Here's the thing. There's gonna be the press is gonna watch the movie in a couple of days. So you gotta like stay away from all that, man. You know.
Stay away. I'll put it this way again.
Yeah.
It's a cameo. It's a very nice surprise cameo. But damn, I wish I would have just saw it watching it.
Of course.
It's just one of them things, man. I was like, you got to be fucking kidding me.
Wait, let me see something. Is this working on Twitter? I don't even know this. Let me see something.
It's not on Twitter.
Oh, it's not. All right, let me do this again. I don't know what the hell's going on. Yeah.
While you're doing that, I'll be messy for half a second. People, this console war stuff is just so dumb. So this whole. Well, are we going to talk about Concord Beta again?
If you want, we could talk about it. It's been out. So we
I'll
can
leave
talk.
that one in the show. But
Yeah.
the other one where I guess that Capcom versus SNK
Yeah.
isn't going to be on Xbox, and I guess it has something to do with the engine or something. Because really, it's on PS4. It's not even a PS5 version of the game. Anyways,
Yeah.
people are like, Clobrill, and he's posted. What did he? He posted something about when. Basically making a big deal about it skipping Xbox. So I just got people tagging me in it, going like wanting me to say something. I'm like, I'm not doing your stupid console war stuff. I go, I barely care. I don't care.
Yeah,
I go,
cares?
okay, I get it. A game isn't coming to Xbox. A game was 20 years ago. What? They're acting like Grand Theft Auto 6 isn't coming to Xbox or something. It's like, I'm not wasting my time with that. That's a waste of time.
Well, I want to let's let me do this real quick. Give me 1 second. This one more thing.
I see it on Twitter now.
Yeah. There's one more thing I have to do, and then we can start.
Well, then
this
hurry up. You should have had all this done like 15 minutes ago.
Motherfucker, I got things to do, bro.
Sit there on there, want to send you 1,000 links out.
Yeah.
Pony Express, goddamn smoke signals, tin can in the string.
I'm still waiting for the bird to come through the house.
I know. Freaking pigeon.
like a Harry Potter. Here's the link. the owl.
The owl comes in.
Go. All right, let me look for here, and we can start. This is gonna be a short. This. Where is the video? All right, here goes. 5, 4, 3, 2. Oh wait, why it's not showing up? Why is it just not showing up? Let's do it again. Hopefully it works.
Ladies and gentlemen,
This is Gamertag Radio with your hosts, Danny Pena, Paris Lily, and Peter Toledo.
All right, welcome to Gamertag Radio episode 1358. This is your host, Danny Pena, and joining me, the whole Gamertag Radio crew, we have Paris Lily. Paris, what's up, man?
Good morning.
Super nice today. Strange and weird. But yeah, welcome back. How you doing, sir? All right, he didn't want to say anything else. All right, we also
See,
we also have.
He wants me to just keep going. You insult me, and then you want me to elaborate on it. I said good morning, and I'm smiling.
It's
and
not.
You should have just kept it moving and said introduce Pete, but nope, gotta keep it going. That's on you.
Hey man, I'm just talking. All right. Also, Peter Toledo. Peter, what's up, Peter?
Oh, hello, Daniel. How are you?
I'm good, and you?
I'm all right.
Good.
I'm all right. It's kind of wild. Kind of wild
Yeah.
Sunday afternoon.
How's the F1 race? I know you watch that all the time.
Yeah, I'm actually watching it on another window here on my screen. It's good.
Man.
It's good. A little exciting in the last couple laps.
Yeah, all right, dope.
I guess
Really
you can
dope.
see if you're watching the podcast, you know who I'm going for.
I see that. All right, so just very quick, everyone, head over to gamertagradio.com. Listen to our past episodes. Also, you could find us on any podcast app. And if you would like to be part of our family discussion, which I've been getting emails here and there and calls, but I would like new questions. I feel like people are asking like the same type of questions, like, questions that were already sent before.
It's your fault.
Something new. It's not my fault. It's your fault. It's your fault. But if you guys would like to be part of our fan mail discussion, here's how you could contact us.
Send us your feedback or questions. Give us a call at 786-273-7GTR. Email us at fanmail@gamertagradio.com or leave a message on speakpipe.com/gamertagradio.
I don't know why Paris is showing us the Vision Pro camera here. I don't know what's up with that. What's up with that?
Well, we were just at an Apple event.
Oh yeah, that's true. We are going to be playing that on
see?
the podcast. Hey man, be nice. All right, so So later on this episode, we're going to be playing an audio that I recorded with Paris. We went to an Apple gaming showcase that took place here in Los Angeles. We got to play some games, Assassin's Creed, Vampire Survivors. There was a Resident Evil 7 was there. There was a new Need for Speed game. There was a bunch of games that we're going to talk about it later on the show. For those that are listening, make sure to listen to the podcast to listen to the full audio recording of that. All right. So this week has been kind of like slow with news because a lot of the companies are saving this all the big announcements for Gamescom or maybe during Comic-Con. I believe that's like at the end of the week, right? Paris Comic-Con is this week.
Yes, it's the end of this week.
Okay. Why you give me that look? What's up with that look? What's up with that look?
Wait, oh my God! Wait, must I explain everything that I
Yes,
do?
I don't know what's going on with you, man.
You want the truth?
Yes, I want the truth.
You want the truth?
I want the
Why
truth.
are you asking me? My name's not Google. Why don't you look this stuff up before you do the show?
Hey, Paris, why this? Why that? Yeah, it's all good. It's all good. So very quick, I just saw the news that the Halo series got canceled. No season 3. It looks like. You see what I'm saying? Like, Paris always blaming on me. I don't know what's going on with that. No, but on the real. It looks like that. It looks like they're probably going to be shopping this at other streaming services. If they do, I personally think they should start from scratch. They should just start from scratch. Maybe get somebody else to direct it or something. Because I think the version which there were certain things that I like about the Paramount Plus series. A lot of them I didn't really like, but I think season 2 got a little bit better. I know we went to the premiere a couple months ago here in LA, and it was fun watching the first episode. I'm like, okay, all right, it's potential, but the season got a little bit slow again. I don't know, but I think they should start from scratch, in my opinion. But I would just want to hear your thoughts, you guys, about the Halo TV series. Pete, do you even watch Halo at all, or you didn't bother to watch it?
For me, it's become a disappointment since the helmet came off. That's not the Halo I know. That's not the Master Chief I know. That's not the story I know. I get that they're trying to depart from the known canon and storylines because they're trying to do something different. I just personally, it's not for me. And the moment, and we all talked about this, I think it was the week after the show or whatever. The moment that helmet comes off, and I apologize, this is spoilers, whatever, deal with it. You can bleep this entire whole section. You can fast forward, do whatever. But the moment they took that helmet off, lost it for me. Yes, it's a fantasy sci-fi TV show, so yeah, it's there's that that wall of believability. But if you follow, if you know the story in any way, shape, or form, the moment that helmet came off, they lost me for being invested in the show. If they do it again, I think they should follow the story or follow the canon. I don't know if it's to a T, but I just don't know how much more they want to milk this franchise. I don't want it to. I don't want them to do what's kind of happened with Star Wars, which is they took too long with the storyline and just milked everything, and you just kind of got sick of Luke and Han, and it was always about them and Leia. And yes, there's dozens of other stories that could be told. I just don't think that they executed well outside of season 1, episode whatever it was that the helmet came off.
Yeah, and not only that, he also lost his virginity during this series. And people call it Mr. Cheeks, Master Cheeks. He was also yeah. Paris, what you think about the Halo series, man? I know you were very opinionated about the first season. I don't know about the second season. I haven't really heard much about it from you, but your thoughts.
You notice he can never just ask me without basically telling me what I'm going to say before I say it. It's amazing.
Yeah, get used to it, punk.
No, I mean, I wasn't surprised that it got canceled, just for the simple fact that while season 2 was an improvement over season 1, you did not have people that understood what made Halo great, in my opinion. The perfect example of season 2, you have the fall of Reach, which is arguably the most important moment in the history of this Halo universe, right? It happens off camera, and the little slight bit that you do see, Master Chief isn't even in his armor. They didn't understand what made Halo important. That should have been Battle of the Bastards level epic moment that we saw on screen, on camera in that series, and we didn't get it. Think about it. We didn't even get a Halo ring in the first 2 seasons of it.
Damn, that's
how
true.
Much
that's
they
true.
Didn't look, again, at this point, whatever. But I mean, they were obviously leading up to that moment for season 3, but you didn't give us something to be invested into these characters. Like I've said a million times, the most important relationship in Halo is Master Chief and Cortana. It always has been, always will be. This did not give us that at all. You focused on side characters and stuff that, I'm sorry, okay, they lost the kid, they're trying to find him. I kind of didn't care, The one story about the Spartan who got injured and she essentially had to retire at a certain point, I get it. Too much focus on that. We didn't get enough that made Halo in this series. And I mean, we can argue back and forth about Pablo taking the helmet off, but to have that happen so early in season 1 and just he spent more time with his helmet off and out of the armor than he did in it. That's a problem. I use the example of Ryan Reynolds with Deadpool. Ryan Reynolds you barely see his face. Even when he doesn't have the Deadpool mask on, it's scarred, right? He committed to the role. That's what you needed from an actor, for Master Chief. Commit to that role. And again, I don't know if it was Pablo's, that's the actor. I don't know if it was him. I don't know if it was a writing team or whatever. But he should have spent 90% of the time in that armor, in my personal opinion. Okay, he takes the helmet off, you have that reveal, I get it. But it was over the top. It was just way too much. And that's not why people were tuning in for Halo. They just weren't. We didn't get enough character development for the Covenant, in my personal opinion. Right? They were there, but then you bring in the human, and it's like, I don't know. It didn't do it for me. And to your point, Danny, I get they're shopping it around. If it does get picked up by another platform, at this point, just pretend that these first 2 seasons didn't even happen. reboot the whole damn thing. I personally think you tell a story in the Halo universe, and Chief is not the main character. Chief comes in or out. He's more of a myth. He's more of a legend versus being the actual focus of the show. That's what the games are for. You are Chief. So Chief should be a side character in here. There's enough characters and things that you could tell in this Halo universe to make, like, show the fall of Reach from the from a different perspective, right? But actually show that battle. Chief is in the battle, maybe potentially, but he's not the central focus of it. Cortana's in the show. Sergeant Johnson's in the show. You know, Miranda Keys, you know, all these people are in the show, but they're not the focus of it. And I think that's, and again, this is me. What the hell do I know? I ain't a writer.
I mean, that's pretty good, though. I like that story.
But that's what they could have done with a Halo TV show. Now, if they would have done the original vision, because remember, Neil Blomkamp was going to come in and do a movie. You want to do a movie, the big budget, all that, you're damn right. That's Chief, that's Cortana, the Keys, Sergeant Johnson, that's everybody that we know and love. And you do a big, epic, high-budget movie off of that. And maybe at the end, if it's a trilogy, let's say, at the end of the trilogy, you take the helmet off. You can do something like that. But as a TV series, I don't think Master Chief should have ever been the focus of the show. Just my opinion.
So it's like similar to Fallout. Like it relates to the Fallout universe, but have new characters that has nothing to do with the main games. It's just
exactly
it connects with the games, but it's different. Like it's great for newcomers and also hardcore fans that love the Fallout series, that love the story and everything, right?
And you bring up another point by bringing up Fallout. Fallout showed how lacking this series was. That and The Last of Us. Those were video game adaptions that did it right. Think about even The Last of Us. The Last of Us didn't one for one tell the story. Think of what was the best episode of The Last of Us when they did that side story with Bill.
Yep.
And you fleshed that character out, but you did it in a way that I freaking cared about that. I'm pretty sure he got nominated for an Emmy. You see the Emmy nominations that the Fallout series got. Ain't nobody nominated none for Halo. And that's unfortunate. Look, we obviously know people on that side. I mean, there's some bias there. Let's just keep it real. But at the end of the day, you got to judge a show for what it is. And it just did not live up to what it should have been.
Yeah.
I think if they do something like the Gray Team, right? Where you've got Jai, Michael, I think Adriana, I think was the third Spartan on there. But you do something like that and you let that become the barometer for whether you need to do the big blowout, like you were saying, Paris, with the Neil Blomkamp and the massive one. And that's when you bring in, you know, Sarge and Master Chief and everyone else, because that establishes the universe, but it doesn't focus on the key ones. And it's kind of like going in and showing all your cards early. It gives you time. Look, a perfect way to kind of, you know, use this as an example or a barometer. Avengers, come in, slow burn, and let the whole thing develop, and then you come in with the knockout punch with the movie, and then everybody gets excited and is happy with it. But you're trying to establish and do too much in 4, 5, 6 episodes in the first season on the TV show, and then everybody's like, okay, this is too much, I'm out. Which is exactly what happened with me, right? I had no desire to continue once that moment happened, and by that time it was just too far. I don't desire to continue wanting to watch the show. I think because of and I don't know if it's, you know, the social media, you know, everything has to be right now. Nobody wants the slow burn. Nobody wants to take their time with it because it has to succeed in 3 to 4 episodes max. If it doesn't have a great review that first showing, you're risking the rest of that actual season being completed. And I think that's where I think us as consumers probably need to level set expectations to say, let things develop, give them time. You don't have to blow it out, be the best first, you know, but who knows? You know, I just talk about video games on the internet. What do I know, right? That me personally is how I wish something like that would have gone through.
You know what it is too? I think we've gotten to the point where even if a company creates a show based on a game, and use the same exact story from the game to the show, I think people are going to be more picky about it more than ever. But I think doing something like Paris saying, something where it's like a side story that relates to the main story, I think that works. There will be less people criticizing the story on that. I think that formula works. Look, it worked very well with Arcane. That's a phenomenal series, right? And also with Fallout. And I think I know there was an announcement where Gears of War. I think they're going to work on that TV series. I think it's on Netflix. I think I'm not 100% sure, but I would like to see side stories of the story of Gears of War instead of like exactly like the game. One, you already know what's gonna happen, so it's not really truly entertaining like that. Like I prefer something that like with Fallout, the ending of that, I was like, wow, this is amazing. Can't wait for season 2. You know, like I think that formula works very, very well in my opinion. I think. So, anything else? Yeah.
So
Yeah. Yeah. I forgot to mention. Yeah, Paris. You mentioned about the series getting so many nominated right from like the Emmys and stuff. Fallout. So I can't wait to see.
16 nominations.
16 overall. Oof, that's a lot.
But
That's a lot.
It goes back to what we're saying overall with this. When you and I got to go to the initial preview and we saw the first 2 episodes early, right? I'm like, I walked away from that. I'm like, oh man, this is Fallout. Like this feels like Fallout. This didn't feel like some cheap imitation or doing something out of character. Because that was the other thing with the Halo series. You had characters that we've known for 20 years doing stuff that they never done.
Yeah,
and it was like, this doesn't make sense to me. This is not something this character would do. Whereas Fallout, this felt just like something that would come out of the game. Like you're like, yep, this makes sense. Obviously, the Last of Us stuff that made sense for those characters. They stayed true to who they were. So I mean, look, Fallout was such a hit. They're already ahead of schedule with season 2. Because you got to strike while the iron's hot. Keep the momentum going with that. It reinvigorated people into wanting to play the games. Halo series did not do that. That's unfortunate.
Yeah. Well, congrats to the whole Fallout team, the TV show. I can't wait to see which of these lists of nominations they'll win. So very excited to see them, man. Very, very excited. Paris, I know Concord continue the beta is open beta this weekend, right? So I haven't had a chance to really truly play like last week.
Why not?
I've been busy, man.
Doing what?
Busy. None
This
of
is
your business,
job. Why
man.
don't you do your job?
It's none of your business.
I love how he just said none of my business when he's always in my business.
But you said you wanted to talk about it. That
You said-
I'm sliding. I'm like sliding it in, bringing it up so we can talk about it. You brought it up. I don't even have it on my list. You say you wanted to talk about it, so I'm like, all right. I want to see what Paris has to say about Concord. Have you changed your mind? Do you think $39.99 still?
No.
No?
I wasn't saying that from the get. What are you talking about? I never said $39.99. Here's being serious for a second. So Concord's in open beta now.
Yes.
So now anyone can play it. You didn't have to pre-order. You don't have to play PlayStation Plus. Anyone that can hop on PC or a PlayStation 5 can jump in. And the numbers are still very low. I think the last I saw peak was 2,300 people had played it.
Thanks.
That's not good. And this is on Steam. We don't know the PlayStation numbers, but just looking on the Steam side, that's still very, very, very low for this type of game. So what I had said yesterday, just kind of seeing that and just my own observations having played it, I enjoy the game. I want to be crystal clear on that. I think it is a fun experience to go in and play. But I also think Firewalk and PlayStation have not done a great job communicating how this differentiates itself from other hero shooters. I mean, because the whole switching between characters and the crowd, the crew bonuses and things that you get, they don't communicate that very well in the game at all. Either the few thousand people that are playing it online, you're getting a lot of people quitting out of games. There's no penalties for it. There's a lot of things they still need to clean up, which is the whole point of a beta. That I get. You have the whole argument about this being $40 when you compare it to other free-to-play hero shooters on the market right now. There's a lot of competition out there. So that $40 is a barrier to entry to get people to want to jump in and play this game. All that said, I think you delay it. I don't think you bring this out now. I don't think you put it, because here's the other thing. It comes out 2 days before the Call of Duty beta.
Oof, but that's not good.
Not good.
Not good at all.
I
We
think
know
you
what
delay it.
happened the last time somebody tried to launch around that time. Like,
Yeah, and this is beta. This is beta, and people still going to be talking about the beta of Call of Duty than anything else.
And this is, that's my whole point.
Yeah.
So I think you push this to 2025. I don't think you launch this year. I think you early 2025 find a release window, that kind of gives you some grace between some of the other competition. Early 2025 that gives you more time to reevaluate this pricing structure. Number one, I think that is priority number one. I don't think you bring this out at $40. I think either you go full free to play, you got to do something else to make this more inviting for people to actually jump in and try it. That's my personal opinion.
we talked about this last week. You have way too many other titles that have gotten a foothold in the in the same exact genre.
Sorry. Okay.
I agree, Pete. And the other part that I wanted to add to that was look at the pricing, number one. But this also gives them more time to do a couple things. Number one, better communication of what this game is and how you play it. Look at the feedback that you've gotten from this beta. Because this is why I want to talk about it. Boy, the social media comments I've been getting on this. Like, I'm saying this as someone that enjoys the game. You just swore I hate the game. Some of the comments that I get, right? It's just nonsense. But part of that is I was also saying this gives Firewalk, this gives the devs more time to polish the game. Maybe there's a new mode they can add in, maybe something they can tweak, weapon balancing. There's still things that they could do that they would not have time to do within the next 5 to 6 weeks before it comes out. It's just a fact. So add all that up. I think with the low engagement numbers that you're seeing, this is going to launch. It's going to be an unsuccessful launch. You're simply going to have people that are not playing it. And then when you think about the Fortnite is already sitting out there. People are playing that. Overwatch, Fragpunk, people are testing that out. Marvel Rivals,
Valorant.
which I'm about to jump into that beta coming out. Valorant, like you're saying. And then Call of Duty. You already know people are going to be jumping on
PUBG.
Call of Duty. But this is the point. That's what I'm saying. There's so much competition out there. You're not seeing enthusiasm for this game in the beta.
X-Defiant. We can sit here all day and call out.
And keep it going. So
I mean, Xify is doing decent for something that people saying that is lacking, and still doing decent, like the numbers,
Yeah, and we know, and like I'm looking at the chat now because even B Gamer 90 is bringing up a great point. Look at how many people willingly spent $100 to play college football 25 early. Willingly, we're like, here's $100 because I can't wait a few days. I'm playing this now, and the numbers for that are off the charts. So it's not that there's a lack of enthusiasm or an audience to go play these online games. Mm-hmm. They're there. Guarantee you that Call of Duty beta will have monster numbers. It just will. So the fact that Concord does not should tell you to internalize this. What are we doing wrong? Don't put this game out in the end of August. Delay it. Give yourself more time to reevaluate. Clearly, now is not the time to put this game out. It just isn't.
I have a question in the theory. Do you think it's because this is more for like the PC side, adding the whole PSN account? Do you think that also hurt PlayStation, that it's mandatory to have a PSN account in order for you to play?
Potentially. I mean, they're potentially. I'm not going to say it's the number one factor. I think the number one factor is $40. That's what I think. I think that you're telling me to spend $40 for what looks like a free-to-play experience. That's the problem. And people can argue the semantics of that. Well, you're getting this, you're getting that. Firewalk has not done a good enough job explaining why I should spend $40 up front for this. That's the problem.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think if they delay this and change the price maybe to free and just have different things in the game where you could pay, and because look, you can't just have the game for free and not get any type of money because it's not going to last that long. Like the service is very expensive, right? But if they could do it in a way where cosmetics, season pass, all that stuff, but the game is actual free, then I could see this being a success in the future, right? So delay it, release it early 2025 when there's like no competition at all. But releasing this a couple days before the Call of Duty beta, that's not a good move, man. Because everybody's gonna start comparing. See, look at this, and it's available on all platforms, and this and that, and people are willing to pay, like you said, Paris, $60, $100 just to play early Call of Duty. You know what I'm saying? Like, because a lot of people are playing, they're gonna be playing Call of Duty beta are people that actually pre-order the game. The majority of people.
Look,
You know what I'm saying?
Taking into consideration $40.
Wait, what are you talking about for Call of Duty?
So Call of Duty, because if you go and you pre-order, you will get the beta, code. Yeah.
Or if you got Game Pass.
I forgot about that. Yeah. If you have Game Pass too.
Look,
Yeah.
if you're gonna have a game at $40, if you're not gonna give me the same experience that I got out of Helldivers 2, don't come at me with that price tag.
But see,
because there's no way
Even
to
look at
put those.
Helldivers,
You
right?
can't.
Even look at Helldivers 2 right now. The
Well,
numbers of that have fallen
again,
off a cliff.
that because the whole change of adding the PSN account that completely
that
messed it
That
up.
got nothing to do with it on PlayStation 5.
But there was more people playing on PC than PlayStation, the console. Actually, there was more people on.
That's
on
always been
Helldivers.
That's always been a PC game.
Yeah, that was way more people playing on Steam than PlayStation. But ever since the change, it completely messed it up for everybody. They're like, people are like not signing up.
So Danny,
Oh God.
why aren't people playing it on PlayStation 5 then?
I don't know. You ask them. I don't know.
I'm asking you.
I don't play it on PlayStation 5. I play it on
I'm
PC.
I'm asking you. Why not?
I don't know. I just answered your question. I don't
But
know.
why not?
I don't know, mother.
Why is a PlayStation game more popular on the PC than it is on the console?
I don't know. You tell me, super
I'm
genius.
asking you.
You tell me.
I
don't know.
I'm super.
I don't.
dumb.
I
That's
can't.
why I'm
I can't
asking
answer.
you.
I can't answer the question. You tell me, genius.
No, I'm not the genius here. That's why I'm asking
No.
you. I am deferring to your expert analysis.
Look, I always look at your expert analysis through Twitter.
Well,
You're
we
always
know
posting
that, 'cause
it.
good Lord. Every time I tweet anything, you're like, well, on August 6th at 4 p.m., you tweeted this. What do you have to say about that? You be quick with that one.
See, look, exactly. Look, people are asking why this is an argument. Exactly, why? Why this is an argument?
Stop reflecting.
No, on the real. I think, but see, Pete, you mentioned about Helldivers too, right? I think that the studio did a pretty good job hyping the community up. There was communication. I don't really see that with Concord. I really don't see.
Yeah, you won't, because there's not a lot to go off of, right? Helldivers 2, for the reason it was such a success early on, is because you had a massive player base clamoring for another Helldivers after years of waiting. Whereas with this new one, that the only thing that they're bringing over is that, okay, we built out, it's former devs from Destiny. That doesn't give me a lot to go on. And going back to the numbers, they peaked at like 274,000 average players per day. They're at 28,000 right now over the last 30.
I wonder how's the console version though. The console version,
and that's just Steam numbers. But from April, 142,000, May 65,000, and every month it drops by 30 to 40%.
Thank you, P, for giving us the stats. But Paris is asking me like if I know the numbers of the console version. Look, man, leave me alone. I don't know. Yeah, I don't know the answer. I don't know what to tell you. Leave me the f alone, man.
and then like the chat is also saying the first Descendant, which I could not get into. I have played Destiny for 10 years. It just feels like a Destiny ripoff to me, so I can't get into it. But hey, people are loving it. I know that.
It's free.
Well, this goes back to the whole point we're talking about Concord. They're not charging you anything up front. It's free to play, so you get to go in and decide if it is worth your time to engage with. And to the point that you were bringing up before, Danny, that's why I'm saying they got to overhaul the pricing structure. They just simply do. Telling me to spend $40 up front and then there's still a battle pass and microtransactions on the back end does not work in 2024. Not anymore. Can't do that. If for a game that you want people for its very survival has to have consistent engagement on a weekly basis, People aren't going to spend. They're not going to spend that upfront cost anymore. Take your dumb console war, because good lord, people trying to bring console war nonsense to me. Someone took a pic of me at the Redfall preview event and go, well, why didn't you say this about Redfall? I go, you gotta be kidding.
Wait, what that has to do with
Nothing.
nothing to do with?
It has nothing to do with Concord.
You know, I noticed when it's when it's like a game that we got invited to go to an event and it was like a failure once it came out.
Yeah.
People will take your tweets or pictures or even videos, and they'll bring that up when you are criticizing a game that they're excited about.
Yeah.
They also do that.
And look, and I'll tell anybody that's watching this right now, go back and watch or listen to our interview that we did at that very event with the assistant creative director. And even then, all it was questions about this. That, you know, it wasn't like, oh, this is the greatest game of all time. We're like, we need to see more.
Yeah, he didn't.
You know, as far as Redfall goes. And then obviously the game came out. No one gave that a high score. We're like, no, this game's not good. Anyways, I'm deflecting off of what I'm talking about. The point is, Concord should not come out right now because its pricing structure is setting it up to not be a success. To Pete's point, Firewalk and PlayStation have not done a great job of communicating what this game is, why it should be appealing to me, what are the actual mechanics to make it fun, because there are some great mechanics in there that people just don't know about because they don't talk enough about it. Mm-hmm. And you're coming out at a time where the biggest multiplayer game of 2024 is going to have their first beta. The excitement around that is going to trump the excitement for people jumping into Concord. It just is. So I think they should delay this game. I think they should delay it out of 2024, in my personal opinion.
Mm-hmm. And here's the thing. I get that PlayStation want to release some exclusive games this year. There's some big ones coming up, which is the Horizon,
Astrobot.
Lego, Astrobot. Those are big games and fun games, right? But releasing this, and there's so many questions about this game. Here's the thing, though, too, Paris and Pete. Like, okay, you charge $40. You have the season pass from the $40, right? So what about the next season pass, the season 2? Do I have to pay season 2 even after I paid $40 for that? Are they going to charge for me to get the cosmetics for the season 2 pass? You know, like,
yes.
It doesn't make any sense.
Well, to be fair, again, and I'm not an expert on this, and this is part of the problem that I don't think they've explained this enough. That $40 is because they're going to have weekly story content that's happening. You won't have to continue to pay for that moving forward, but there are going to be cosmetic items and battle passes, or however you want to define it, that you're going to get a season of that, and then there's going to be a season 2, a season 3 on down the line. That, excuse me, if you want to pay for those things, you can, but they will be optional. There won't be a mandatory reason for you to pay them. You will continue to be able to play Concord without having to buy these battle passes things, but there's going to be cosmetic items that they hope obviously are going to be desirable for people that you're going to willingly want to pay for it, which is like the whole point of Fortnite, right? That's how Fortnite monetizes their things. People willingly wants to pay for these battle passes for those cosmetic things.
Yo, well, quick question, Pete. Are you mad at your keyboard or something? Like, what's going on over there? You're like, Paris is talking. Oh, okay, all right. Paris is talking, and Pete is just smashing that keyboard in the background.
Apologize.
There.
I forgot to mute. I should have muted. My bad.
You should. That's all good. Well, by the way, very quick before we go to the last quick topic here. So I read here from Ruler 21 Live. Hey, shout out to you, Ruler. He says 2K players say that the hype around college football will die in September when the new 2K drops. I don't think so. I think there's two different type of crowds, man, that are playing those games, man. I don't see that happening at all.
The hype for college football will last all the way into the bowl games.
Yeah, I agree.
Throughout the season.
Yeah, agreed. But by the way, shout out to Nintendo for sending me the new Nintendo World Championship NES edition that came out this past Friday. So you could get the game digitally for $29.99 or the physical, which is $59.99. It comes with like some cool stuff in there, the gold cartridge of the NES in there, and some pins, some cards too of all the games available in the game. So really, really enjoyed it. There's a couple modes here that I've been playing. Online is a little bit different because I know people probably think you're going to be playing with other players against each other live, but there is actually ghost stuff games that players have been submitting their games online automatically every time they get past the level. You're going to be competing with them. So the thing is with this, there is a mode where it's like the actual Nintendo Championship Edition mode where there's 13 games. A lot of them are like speed runs to see how fast you could finish it, and then it will upload it. And that's the one that you could like compare against other players around the world. So it updates every Monday, I believe, every week or so. There's like different challenges you could do. One of them is like an easier edition, and there's another one that's like a harder difficulty in there. Paris, I think you will like this because there is also the original Mario's in there. You could play Mario Brothers 3. I know you love Mario Brothers 3, right? Where it will say how fast you could get the mushroom in that game, or how fast you could finish level 1, or if you play, let's say Mario Brothers 1, the first one, how fast can you go from level world 1 and finish the actual world 8, where you have to like take some shortcuts all the way to the end of the castle and you have to finish it. So the fastest, they will upload the time in there. You can compare it with other players around the world. Like, it's really, really cool. Excite Bike is in there, Kirby. There's Mario World, the Lost Levels, which came out back in the early days. I think, was it the Super NES? They had like a package where they have like Mario 1, 2, 3, and the unreleased game of Mario World Lost Levels in there too. So highly recommend for those that really love to play retro games. This is not a Nintendo remix that came out years ago where they have like certain games like remixes, better graphics and all that stuff. It's the same exact games. It's just shorter where you just compete against other people. There's also Metroids in there. I'm trying to think of other ones. Balloon Fight. Have you guys played Balloon Fight back in the days? So you do that. Like one of the things you have to do in there, like a speed run, is how fast can you pop up the balloon, or how fast you could pop kill like certain enemies or stuff like that. So Icarus is in there too. It's really, really cool. I would love to see like a Super NES edition, because that's like my favorite Nintendo console from back in the days. So hopefully we should get to see that in the future. But I think this is cool, man, for something where people just want to pick up and play alone, or if you have a couple friends at home, you could play up to like 8 players in there. So the only thing that's a little bit annoying about the game, if you play this on the go, I feel like the screen that they have when you play on the go is a little bit too small. Perfect for like the TV size. Really, really perfect on that. But just want to mention it very quick.
Would you say this is like a competitive speed run type game, because you're not, but only for specific sections?
Yeah, it's like similar to. Have you watched the championship edition from back in the days? Like, I know Andrew Renee, she hosted one years ago, like something like that, where they have, let's say, Tetris. Let's see who can make the most lines out of a certain amount of time, like something like that. So yeah, something like that, but it's all on the digital game. So you could compete with people from everywhere, man. So. It's fun. It's a lot of fun. I wish there was more things to do instead of me waiting until a week later to see what else is available. But if you play single player, there is a lot of challenges that you can compete. But once you finish all of it, then you compete against other people. You have to wait weekly and stuff like that. So or like a couple days.
I would like to see things like this, but for other games, right? Like, who could do effect and cause from Titanfall to the fastest, right? It's kind of like at the beginning of the training mode when you have to go through the training circuit and beat a certain time to get through.
Yeah.
But to do that, and outside of like obviously the Nintendo universe, right? But like do other things, like get through this level on Destiny 2, like right? Like you have to like get through this jumping puzzle on Destiny 2 and watch everybody fail, right? Like I that would be honestly something that I would actually watch and enjoy. To play, right? But taking that, but expanding it to much larger levels or other games, not just being, stuck in the Nintendo thing. I think that's a cool idea.
Yeah, it's cool. It's fun. The game is fun. if you fail, it rewind and until you finish it. So like I have a couple of levels that I completed, X rank, some of them A, B. You know, some of them is really really tough. Like there's one where the first Legend of Zelda game. Okay, let's see how the fastest of you killing 4 enemies in a certain area. Let's see how fast you can do it. People are gonna figure out different ways how to do it. You know, what I do is I'll finish it and I'm like, let me see if I can do it better, and I continue. And once I complete it, it will say I have like a new record. It will upload it. So when I go online, and let's say somebody goes online and they play that same exact level, my ghost will pop up and they will compete against like 7 other players. So it'll be 8 players in total. So every round it will go from like 8 people, then 4, then 2, and then at the end it was only be like 1 winner. So it's a lot of fun. I think it's dope. It's
No,
really, really
absolutely.
fun.
And I could see
Yeah.
things like certain levels, like certain levels from like Cuphead versus a game from like Rayman Legends, right?
Mm-hmm.
Just taking little bits like that and not being just on the Nintendo side. But I wouldn't be mad if we saw some kind of a copy pasta of this from some of the other publishers, right? Have an Xbox version, have a PlayStation version.
They should. I think that would be cool.
I'd be
Yeah,
down.
yeah.
I'd be down for it.
I would like that a lot. So yeah, make sure to check it out. The game is a lot of fun. But actually, if you have a chance, go like either on YouTube or Twitch to see other people playing it, so you have like an idea, you know, in there. But it's cool, man. As a fan of like retro games, this is like a must have, especially if you want to collect physical stuff. Like this is really cool to have at home, you know. So. Any other questions before we play the Apple Gaming Showcase audio that I recorded with Paris? Anything else? Paris is smiling. We did pretty good. I think that was fun. That was a fun recording. You know, actually, we had people from Apple that they told us, "Hey, you want to?" Usually, when we record, people like to give us our space. I'm like, "Nah, stay there." Yo, they were cracking up the whole time because Paris and I were going back and forth of a lot of things, but it was fun, man. It was a lot of fun. All right, so we're going to go and play this audio that was recorded during the Apple Gaming Showcase. And after that, we'll be right back and we're going to wrap it up. Check it out. All right, everyone, that was the audio live recorded at the showcase here in Los Angeles. It was a lot of fun. Once again, shout out to Apple for inviting us to the event. So, I think we're going to wrap it up here, man. Next week, we might have... Let me see the date. Yeah, sometime next week. So next week, there won't be no live recording. We have something coming up next week that's going to be pretty cool. That's all I would say. So stay tuned. All right. So anything else, guys, before we finish the show? No? Okay. So we're going to be out here. Everyone, thank you for listening to episode 1358 here, Gamertag Radio. We're out. Take care. Peace. All right. That was fun. Any after show, we're good. I know Pete wants to watch his F1.
No, the race is over.
Oh, it's over? Oh.
Yeah, the race was over.
Are you happy with the results?
No.
Oh.
I mean, I'm happy that Lewis Hamilton came in third. That's his 200th podium. Another world record for Sir Lewis Hamilton. Lando Norris should have taken first place, but following team orders allowed his teammate Oscar Piastri to pass him and win the race.
Okay.
Should not have happened.
All right.
I disagree with that.
All right.
Did either of you watch the Jake Paul Mike Perry fight last night?
I only saw clips.
Clips, yeah.
I only saw clips. How was it?
Surprisingly, he put down Mike Perry like 3 times. Like 3 or 4 times. It's getting to the point now where I'm like, Jake Paul might be legitimate. I don't know if
He's not.
Really think he's... Do you think it's the players or these fighters?
If you put him in there with a legit, in his prime boxer that is the same weight class as he is, he's going to get murked. Did you see what Conor McGregor said?
No, what are you saying?
Oh, he went off on social media. He basically, like, he's juiced out of his mind because he is. That's why he won't fight a real sanctioned fight. Is like because Conor was like, go to Vegas, and it was like, oh wait, you can't because they actually will really test you for And plus, he outweighed that dude by 40 pounds. You should have been battering him and knocking him out because you're bigger than him. And then you're getting in the ring with a 6-year-old Mike Tyson. It's a gimmick match. That's all it is. I know I'm being all. Look, we're all going to watch it because of the spectacle of it, but no, I don't take him as a serious boxer because he's not.
How long he's been fighting now? It's been a couple of years, right?
Yeah,
it's
and
not
the
that
one
long.
time he fought, the one time he fought somebody that was his age and weight class, he lost. There you go.
Yeah, he's being very selective on who he's going to fight.
Exactly.
And was it Tommy Fury or something like that? That was.
Yeah, I forget.
Yeah, it was like the little brother for.
Yeah.
It's all good.
And what are your thoughts on? Because I always talk to you about basketball. What are your thoughts on the USA national basketball
You know what?
team?
I watched almost that entire game yesterday.
Yeah, they have one. Was that their first game? Like it was like a pre. It was like the
practice. And
practice.
No, it was not the first one. Keep up on what's going on with our
Whoa!
Yeah.
Wow.
I said it.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
It was not their first game.
Wow.
But it was funny watching it, man, because I was like, South Sudan is hooping. I was like, there's that one dude, I'm forgetting his name now. He was just hitting threes all over the place. And then you could tell the moment LeBron was like, oh, hell no. We ain't losing these dudes. And he got serious. And then even then, it still came down. Like South Sudan was leading with 20 seconds left. And LeBron had to get that shot at the end. Yeah, they were playing with their food way too much on that one. Steve Kerr is getting cooked right now on his coaching. They don't agree with it, but he's playing around with matchups. KD obviously hasn't played yet. They'll win the gold. I don't think they will, but they better take these teams serious. I mean, the rest of the world's caught up to USA basketball. It was funny. Trey and I were trying to figure out who would be on the 2028 team because obviously, you got LeBron, Steph, KD. Those dudes aren't going to be around the next time. Like, in other words, there's 4 guys that are on this team that'll probably be on the 2028 team. But then who else is coming up? That's going to be, that's American born. That's going to be, on the U.S. team. And we're scratching our heads. I mean, believe it or not, I think Cooper was a Cooper flag.
Yeah.
He's probably the next great, and he ain't even in the league yet. And we're already putting him on there. But that just goes to show you USA, like American-born basketball, we're starting to fall behind, man. The rest of the world's caught up.
Yeah, because the next time they're gonna play is tomorrow, actually, versus Germany.
Yeah, and then they'll play Serbia. Is it this next weekend or whenever?
The 28th.
The Olympics officially start. Serbia will be the first game they'll have.
Yeah,
and that's Joker and that team. They gave them a little bit of a problem. Then they wound up blowing them out when they played them last week.
Puerto Rico, August 3rd. Let's see. By the way, Pete, I was gonna ask you if you got to watch the finals of Copa America, like the drama that happened last week in Miami.
Oh hell yeah, dude! All right,
Bro,
so,
they're not ready. They're not ready for the
just
World
asked
Cup.
about any soccer left. So I was here. I watched the London Spain game.
Yeah.
Obviously happy for La Furia to win. Colombian wife. I had to work the next day, so I wasn't going to stay up. The game was supposed to start at 1:30, 2 o'clock here in Switzerland.
Morning.
Yes, in the morning. Wife was like, she had the hat on, she had the jersey on, she was ready. I was just like, go to bed. Went to bed, woke up at 5, like, wife isn't in bed. All right, maybe with the PK or something like that. She comes in at like 6:30, 7 o'clock. She comes in. She's like, game got delayed by 3 hours. We lost. I was telling my friend she came to the room at 7, but she was asleep by like 6:58 a.m. because I've never seen her. I think it's maybe the second time I've seen her pull an all-nighter, right? For anything, much less it was for a football game. But then when I woke, I got up and went about getting ready for it. And then I started watching all of social media, what happened.
Bro.
Everybody bum rushing the gates, people going through the vents to try to get in, people who had bought tickets that weren't being allowed to have their seats. I was talking to, I think you remember her, Stephanie Sharp's ex.
Oh yeah, 70, yeah.
Yeah. She was talking to somebody who's like the head of security for the Hard Rock Stadium, dealing with people who had paid like $20,000 for like 4 tickets and to bring their family in. Bro, there's no way. Like Charlotte had the same issue with people almost fighting with Uruguay versus Colombia. It's not going to happen. The United States is not, like Miami in general, period, is not ready. It's third world infrastructure trying to prepare for a world-class event. It's
not ready.
They're saying now, like, you have to buy a ticket with like, in order to get in, you have to have like a passport or a national ID to get in.
What the heck?
That's because that way they can track who's actually in or out. I don't know.
How the hell are they going to track it here's the thing. There was so many people trying to get into the main entrance. Yo, security and cops couldn't control it. And everybody but then other people started going to like certain areas and they climbed to go to the stadium. Like, bro, it was just chaos.
And look, it's not the first time. I've been to concerts. This is going back to the early 90s. It was Pearl Jam and like 2 other bands. It was like their first concert. And the gates got stormed and everybody just pushed down the chain link fences and everybody got into the concert for free.
Bro, Miami's not ready for that.
Dude, Miami's madness, bro.
Because I'm actually going to the World Cup because it's here in LA. Miami, in LA, I think they're ready for it, right? But yo, Hard Rock in Miami, yo, they're not ready for none of that stuff, man.
Yeah,
I'm actually worried. I'm worried for people that buy tickets for those games over there. It's just gonna be a mess, man. A mess. Here's the thing: there was people that actually paid, like you said, $20,000, right? P. They go to the area where they for their seats.
People already sitting there.
People sitting there, and they go to security, and security go, "Hey, there's nothing else we could do." And we're like, "Wait, what? We paid so much money, and you're not letting us sit?"
Here's my tickets.
Yo, makes no sense. But then later in the game, I saw videos of cops randomly asking people, "Hey, let me see your tickets." If they don't have their tickets, they'll kick them out. But it took too long for that to happen, you know. So
3-hour delay to start the whole thing, and then after that, it was just pure madness. It's indicative of the state of where Miami is today, right? They want to say that they are a world-class city ready for an event like that, but that showed that they're not, right?
They're not ready.
God help them when this next one happens, man.
But all right, we're gonna wrap it up here so we could do our thing. Thank you, Paris and Pete, and everybody watching. Thank you for
stay online. Remember to wait until your stuff uploads.
Oh yeah, yes, Paris. Paris goes, all right, and he leaves. I'm like, no. It's all good. All right, guys, thank you for watching. The episode is gonna go live tomorrow. Make sure to check it out. All right, latest. Peace.
Bye.
Bye-bye.